And now, back to the Sid Palmer Show.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Tonight I'm interviewing one of Hollywood's most successful independent producer-directors, Creighton Halliday. And Nora Halliday, though now retired from film, still well remembered by movie fans as Nora Chapman. And now, Mr. Halliday, let's continue our lively discussion on the present state of the motion picture industry.
Fine. That's my favorite subject.
Good. Mr. Halliday, let me quote from an article in the current issue of a national magazine. I quote, "It's getting difficult for this writer to remember the last motion picture he has seen, the theme of which was not sex, violence, psychopathic murder, sadism, incest, drug addiction, or delirium tremens. These are supposedly adult films made by supposedly adult producers who appear to this writer more like small boys drawing dirty pictures on the back fence." Unquote.
Mr. Palmer, critics have never disturbed me, nor do censors. As a matter of fact, I don't believe in censorship.
But what about the influence these pictures have on youth?
The young of today are the adults of tomorrow. They must learn to live in the adult world. I like to show the world as I see it. I believe I have that right. If the world is corrupt, then I show that corruption. If it's full of immorality and violence, then that too should be shown, and I intend to show it.
That brings us up to the theme of your most recent motion picture.
The Hopeless Ones.
Yes, The Hopeless Ones. I believe it was released without the approval of the Motion Picture Code because, among other things, it attempts to justify suicide. Many critics point out that suicide is not only an immoral act, it is also illegal. We have laws against it in our country. Now, Mr. Halliday, do you believe, then, that a man or a person still has the right to take his own life?
I believe the law is wrong and unenforceable. A man's life is his own to do with as he pleases. And in some cases, suicide may well be the only way.
Mrs. Halliday, I'd like to know, do you share your husband's views?
Well, I've been out of the industry for so many years now that...
But you haven't been forgotten. People feel that the name Nora Chapman could still be big box office attraction.
Thank you.
Have you definitely retired as an actress, Mrs. Halliday?
Yes.
I've been trying for years to persuade Nora to appear in one of my films, but no luck so far.
I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you, but we're a little late. Thank you, Nora Halliday.
Sure.
Creighton Halliday.
You were certainly awfully quiet all the way home.
I'm sorry.
That TV interview upset you?
Not the interview.
Some of the answers, some of the questions, what?
Some of your answers.
I see.
Well, anyway, you got your plug in for the Hopeless Ones.
We don't need a plug, darling. We're doing capacity business.
Yes. That whitewashes everything, doesn't it?
No, not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Nora, let's have it. What answers?
I'm sorry,
What answers? You said some of my answers upset you. What answers?
Well, Cray, you know how I feel about your pictures, so you know what answers.
Why can't I reach you? Why in this world can't I reach you? Everyone seems to think I have something to offer film audiences, everyone except my wife.
My dear, I feel you have a great deal to offer. I just think that you're offering the wrong things, that's all.
Nora, let me ask you something.
Okay.
Are my pictures usually pretty well written?
Very smooth. Always.
How about the direction?
Magnificent. You're an excellent director.
And the acting?
Marvelous. Yes, you always hire the very best talent in all departments. I believe that's how you get away with it. Beautifully wrapped packages of sordid immorality.
Well, that's an awfully pretentious thing to say. Nora, why can't I get it through your head that we are no longer making pictures for 12-year-olds?
Thank you.
I am interested in making films that are challenging and provocative.
Yes, dear, so you've said many, many times. You know, if you weren't making so much money, if you were losing on one picture after another, well, mind you, I wouldn't like them any better, but I would have to grant you your sincerity.
We've been through this so many times, Nora. Yes, the world is full of corruption. I am simply pointing it out. I am making the people face it.
Are you pointing out the corruption, Cray? Or are you cashing in on it? If you're cashing in on it, then you're contributing to it, and that makes you a part of the corruption yourself.
I think that's an awful thing to say to me.
Yes, I think it is, too.
The Hopeless Ones happens to be a perfectly marvelous motion picture.
It's a shocking motion picture.
There's not one risque word in it.
No, there isn't, my dear, but oh, what it says.
What does it say, Nora?
Among other things, you glamorize, glorify suicide. Well, you even encourage it. You present it as a noble, courageous act.
No, it faces the fact and reality of pain.
Oh, dear.
Of pain and life and death. Now, Nora, you can't simply brush those things aside. You can't naively pretend they aren't there.
Not Mother, he's right.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Hello, baby.
Dad, you were marvelous on television tonight.
What?
Mother, you looked gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh, you should have heard me. I kept yelling to the television set. That's it, Dad. You tell him.
Good. You're the kind that talks back to the television.
Well, of course, I always do. But really, I don't understand how anyone can answer your arguments. They're timely, broad-minded, and they make sense.
Glad someone in my family's on my side.
Oh, now, Mother's just old-fashioned, but we love her anyway, don't we?
Well, thank you.
Oh, Marie left some sandwiches in the refrigerator. Shall I get them?
Are you hungry, Craig?
Nope, just thirsty.
Dad, I hope you don't mind, but I stole your new script off your desk this afternoon, and I'm halfway through it.
What do you think of it?
Wow. Are you really going to make it?
I am. As written. We start shooting in Italy in 3 months.
Oh, Dad, that's exciting. But can you get away with it?
No one's been able to stop him so far.
What did you say, Mother?
I said no one's been able to stop him so far, unfortunately.
But, Mother, this is a powerful script.
It's overwhelming.
Oh, you've read it?
Yes, I read it.
Mother, darling, what do you want Dad to do? Remake Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm?
Of course not, Jill. But there are many adult stories that could be made well and intelligently. Not just for the shock value.
Mother, this is a great part for an actress. A great
Perhaps.
part.
Nora, if you'd play this for me, you'd win an Oscar with it.
I wouldn't play that part for 10 Oscars.
Mother, I don't understand you. Now, playing a part does not necessarily mean that you believe in it.
No?
No.
Well, now, Jill, let me ask you something. Do you think a writer is responsible for what he writes? I mean, for the ideas that he puts forth?
Well, of course I do.
Well, is it any different for an actor? Shouldn't he feel responsibility for the parts he plays? Oh, I realize that he doesn't create them, but he does interpret them. Or do you think he should just be concerned with his career, his salary, and his fame?
I don't know.
No, you're just stringing a lot of high-sounding words together all over. Do you know how many times we've been through this conversation?
I'll let you two battle it out. I'm going to bed.
All right.
Good night, Mama.
Good night. Do you want to go to the Sunshiners with me in the morning?
I can't. I have an early appointment.
Again? Look, when are you and I going to get any time together?
Now, Mother, we have all summer, and you'll be sick of the sight of me.
You want to bet?
Night, Dad.
Good night, baby.
No matter what Mother says, your scripts are the greatest. I'm going to finish this one right now.
Go to bed.
Sleep. I'm tired, so. You, going to stay up and read for a while?
I guess so. I wouldn't be able to sleep anyway. Nora.
Yes?
Nora, what's going to happen to us? No, listen.
Craig.
Listen, I need you. You're letting my pictures tear us apart. We mustn't let that happen. Look at me. Look at me. It's happening already, isn't it? Darling, if you begin to lose respect for me as a creator, how long will it be before you lose respect for me as a man?
You know, tonight as I listened to you on that interview, I was frightened. But we've gone round and round about this before, I know, but then it was just you and I. Suddenly, tonight, I thought of all those people listening to you. Of all the people who go to see your pictures. Those challenging, provocative pictures, as you like to call them. It worries me, Craig. Terribly.
Nora, I want to do this picture with you.
I'm afraid you'll have to find someone else.
Someone with fewer scruples?
Yes, if you want to put it that way.
Or someone more ethical?
I know you think I'm a prude. My own personal self-respect happens to be very important to me. I like to be able to sleep at night, even if you can't.
Good night, Nora. Yeah.
I'm off
Where to?
to a luncheon date.
Is Jill going with you?
No, I think she's still asleep.
Nora.
Yeah.
Remember that interview we had on television a few weeks ago with Sid Palmer?
Yes, indeed.
They're swamped with mail.
Oh, for you or against you?
Not everyone feels as you do, darling.
Oh, I repeat, are they for you or against
But
you?
that's not the point, Nora. The point is that so many of your fans have written, they want you to come back to pictures. Look at all these.
Oh. Oh, it's nice to hear anyway, isn't it?
Nora, if I had the writers make a few changes, if I had them tone down a scene or two, would you consider playing the part then?
Oh, I won't. I just won't. Not even for you.
But, Nora, why can't you be reasonable? You know what competition is like these days. I have to match it. I should do it one better.
So if the competition is nauseating, you've got to be even more nauseating. Is that it?
Sounds so childish.
Well, I just happen to think there are a lot of people who are sick and tired of the kind of films you've been making, and I'm one of them.
You've made that abundantly clear. You think you know all the answers, Nora. You're so high and mighty. How dare you stand there and set yourself up to judge me? I mean, who do you think you are?
I'm simply a woman with my opinion. And in case you've forgotten, I'm your wife.
Go on to your luncheon date.
Oh, dear, my luncheon date is with Josie Wayne. Marie, will you please tell Olive I won't be here for lunch?
Yes, ma'am. Did you get your messages last night?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I forgot to look on my desk. Was there anything important?
Well, Dr. Blake phoned several times yesterday afternoon and then again in the evening. He seemed very anxious to reach you.
Dr. Blake?
Yes.
Did you leave his number?
Yes, I put it down there in the book.
Thank you. Listen, Marie, will you go and slip into Jill's room and see if you can get me a clean pair of gloves? Those are
Yes, ma'am.
filthy. Blake.
No, I thought you were in such a hurry to go.
Well, I'm sorry.
Where are my scratch pads? Someone seems to be eating them.
They're in the second drawer of the desk, dear, where they always are. Oh, Dr. Blake. Yes, I'm sorry I didn't call you back sooner, but I just got your message. Well, I have a luncheon engagement. Well, yes, I could be there around 3:30. All right. Thank you, Doc.
Mrs. Halliday! Mrs. Halliday! Come quick! She won't wake up. She just won't wake up. She's on the floor. I can't wake her up. I can't wake her up.
Jill. Jill, honey. Honey.
Craig! Oh, Mr. Halliday, honey.
Jill, wake up, honey. It's fine.
Jill! Jill!
Naturally, so did I. So I had a series of tests made.
Why didn't she tell us, Doctor? Why didn't she tell us?
Well, there was no question about the results.
Why did you tell Jill the results?
She demanded the truth. And since she was 21, I had to tell her. But I tried to make her understand that we'd gotten at it early, and there was no question but that an operation might be entirely successful.
She wouldn't listen.
No, nothing I said seemed to register. That's when I tried to reach you, Mrs. Halliday.
We just hadn't gone to that stupid party last night.
You had no way of knowing. Don't start blaming yourself.
Oh.
Nora.
What?
Nora, Jill left a note.
She what?
I wasn't sure I ever wanted you to see it.
What did she say? What?
Dearest Mother and Dad, I can't face it. An operation and maybe years of pain and eventually death.
Oh.
I know it. Dr. Blake has tried to cheer me up and tell me I'll be all right. I know better. This is the only way, Mother. I'm sorry. You'll probably never be able to understand. Forgive me. But, Dad, I know you will understand. I know you'd agree that this is the best way out. I love you both. Joe.
God, Help us.
We have to help each other now.
Don't touch me.
Nora.
Don't touch me! Oh, God help us.
No, they haven't returned from the funeral yet. Yes, I'll tell them you called. Thank you. Is there anything I can do?
Marie, please make us some tea. Nora. Nora, please don't shut yourself away
They
from me.
parted her hair on the side. She never liked it that way.
Stop that, Nora. We have to pull ourselves together.
I don't know how.
Work and more work. It's the only way.
You're not going ahead with that picture, are you?
Well, Nora, it's a completed script. What else can I do?
Oh, Cray, please don't do it. Not now. Don't make that picture.
Now, stop that kind of talk, please, Nora.
Cray, I lie awake at night thinking about Jill's note. I go over it. Every word of it again and again. She said that you would understand. She said you'd agree that it was the only way out.
Nora, don't try to make me feel guilty.
Well, aren't you? Have you thought about it? Have you taken a good look at yourself, Cray? You are guilty. You're as guilty as the devil himself.
Nora!
You and that picture you made. You drove her to it.
Now, stop it! You stop this right now. We leave for Italy in 1 month, and don't you forget it. 1 month.
Yes? Oh.
Mr. Halliday asked me to come up to see you.
Yes, Doctor.
You look exhausted. Did you get any sleep at all last night?
Doctor, this is almost unbearable.
Suicide is such a tragic thing. So senseless. And so frustrating to doctors. We keep fighting for every moment of life, but some people, they never understand what a precious thing it is. They give up without giving us a chance. Now, Mrs. Halliday, don't you start doing the same thing. Giving up, I mean.
You know, my husband is responsible for what happened to her.
Oh, come now, no one person's responsible for another person's act.
He is. Did you happen to see his last picture, Doctor?
No, I didn't.
Well, it was called The Hopeless Ones. In it, he tried to prove the morality of suicide. And apparently he did for his own daughter. He doesn't even know it.
How do you know he doesn't?
Because he's going right on with another one of those horrible pictures. He leaves for Italy in 1 month. And he expects me to go with him.
Good night, Dan.
Good night, baby.
No matter what Mother says, your scripts are the greatest. I'm going to finish this one right now.
What do you think?
Wow. Are you really going to make it?
I am. That's it.
She did. I know she did.
Finished packing?
I haven't started.
But why not? The plane leaves at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I told you I'm not going to Italy.
Oh, but you couldn't mean that, Nora. You couldn't possibly mean it. I've never been anywhere on location without you before.
Perhaps you'd better get used to it.
We've already had one tragedy in the family. Isn't that enough? What are you trying to do, destroy us?
I asked you not to go ahead with your plans, not to make that picture. But you wouldn't listen. You never do. How I hate your pictures. I hate what they say. I hate what they do to people.
Is that the way you feel about me? Do you hate me? Is that it?
I'm going to ask you once again. Forget about Creighton Holliday, the producer, at least for a little while. Forget about Italy. Just be my husband once again, and maybe we can work this thing out together.
Forget about Italy. Forget all my plans. Are you out of your mind, Nora?
I'm trying not to be.
Now, you get this straight, Nora. Nobody's going to dictate to me. Not even my wife. Nobody is going to tell me what kind of pictures I can or cannot make.
Then you are lost. Even Jill's death hasn't stopped you, has it?
How dare you say that to me?
And why not? Why can't I say it? It's the truth. It wasn't just your last picture that influenced Jill. For years, you've been feeding her the same kind of sordid philosophy.
Why don't you stop giving a performance? Go pack your things.
No. I won't go with you. I won't have anything to do with that picture. I won't even be a bystander.
I'm going to be gone a long time.
I know.
You don't mind the separation. Maybe you'll even welcome it.
Maybe I will. Oh, Craig, can you blame me? Can you honestly blame me? All right. You go ahead. You go to Italy. God help you. Yes. Oh, yes, Edie. Yes, I saw your column. Well, Creighton's been in Italy for several weeks, and I've been in Hollywood, so what? Well, he's going to be there several months more. Yes, he's shooting a picture. Look, Edie, I've heard all the rumors. I have no comment. That's right. Thanks for calling. I thought you'd be shooting for months yet.
No, I'm not going to make that picture. I couldn't. I couldn't work. I kept seeing Jill. What my last picture had done to her. You were right, Nora. Oh, my God, you were right.
Oh,
Help me, Nora. Help me. Help me, Nora. Darling.
It is better to be small and shine than to be great and cast a shadow.